All right, last one, the seventh one in the sequence. The seventh mode in the sequence of modes is the Locrian, and this is the one that gets your head chopped off in the Middle Ages if you played it. And, you know, I don't want to say for good reason, but it doesn't sound very good. So I think chopping someone's head off for using it is a little extreme, but it doesn't get used a lot because it doesn't really sound all that great. But it does have some uses. So let's do it. Let's build a mode on the 7th scale degree. So let's get rid of our first 6 notes. And then let's just continue up C major. Okay, that's it. Let's hear the B Locrian mode. Okay, so why is that one so painful? You might not feel it as painful. The reason is we really, really, really want that one to resolve to a C. Let's hear it again, and then I'm going to put a C at the end of it. So what you really want to hear is that at the end, and you don't get it. The end never comes. It feels like it's kind of C major, but it's not. So it causes kind of a problem. So we figured out the relative identification by rotating to the 7th. Let's go back to our C major and see if we can create this thing. Using the parallel. Okay, so is it closer to a major or a minor? It is closer to a minor. So let's go down to a C minor scale. So now that we have a minor scale, let's do our alterations to turn it into a mode. This one is also an exception in that there are 2 notes that get altered. We have to lower our 5th and our 2nd. So when I said earlier that Phrygian was the only one where we had our first half step, or our first 2 notes were a half step apart, I was wrong. I was forgetting about Locrian. Locrian also has a half step right at the beginning. So this one is a minor scale with a lowered 5 and a lowered 2, right? So that just makes it even weirder. Here it is again. Okay, it's pretty funky. It's pretty weird, but that's Locrian. Now, let me do this thing again that I did, I think, when we were looking at Phrygian. What I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom out a little bit here. And I'm going to put a C scale going all the way up another octave. Okay? So now I just have 2 octaves of a C major scale written. Okay? Now check this out. I'm going to draw boxes around the modes as we go. So here we have the C Ionian mode. The second one, a D Dorian mode. Third one, an E Phrygian mode. The fourth one, an F Lydian mode. Sixth one, a G Mixolydian mode. The 6th one, an A Aeolian mode. The 7th one, a B Locrian mode. Then if we went up one more, we'd end up back on the major scale or the Ionian scale. So that's all our modes, and that's how we find them. So you got to remember kind of the recipe for them. But also remembering the order of them can help you find the notes in them just by using this process of the relative identification of them. Okay, so that is all our modes. Up next, I'm going to give you a worksheet, your first worksheet of this class. So remember, if you took my other classes, you've seen these worksheets before. This is just a way to practice. You can do them if you like. I encourage you to do them. There'll be a couple practice questions, and the answers will be on the last couple pages of them, depending on how long the worksheet is. So look at the first couple pages, try to answer them, correct your answers using the answer key at the bottom, And if you had problems, post a question, and I will jump in and help you out. And then after that, we're going to talk about some uses of the modes and look at some songs that use them, now that we understand how they work and what each one does. So, onward to our first worksheet.